Yo, what is good, everyone? It's your boy Jedi, and today I'm gonna give you guys some news on the eSports side of things, on some of the new rosters and everything. EGL finally started their series of Open Series Week 1. So, if you're a European guy and you're watching my videos, make sure you let them know 4v4, please. Add gridiron, please. It would make this Gears 5 competitive experience so much better. I believe me, please. You guys are like our guinea pigs. They're experimenting. I know it sucks to be that, but it is the truth. So let's go through these rosters. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's you or you recognize them. I recognize ZenG. He's like a GB guy. 8th and 9th seed. By the way, there was only 9 teams that signed up. So guys, if you play ranked or whatever, tell your friends, go play for fun. You know what I mean? Go have fun. Try to get better. We need people in the scene to help grow the game. You know what I'm saying? Just play for fun. And yeah. So here you guys go. I've seen Agonize follow and unfollow me on Twitter. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not surprised they lost. You know, 5-1. There you guys go. This one with the 4th and 5th seed. Gears Maddox, I've seen his name before. Then you got France, you got French people, you got Chris, strikers, known players back in the day that were pro. They're playing together in these like little mini tournaments. And mind the fact, you guys, that most of these rosters aren't going to be the same anymore. It's not going to be as competitive because they don't have money in it. So why go back to a game that has no money in it, right? Like, look at Mental. He's not even playing in NA. The monies went down. So, let's see what happened here. Hashtag end the comp. Got Notorious, Crimsons, Pains, Ashens, and Marsh. Kind of surprised Marsh is in here, but kind of not. These guys are all friends with each other. I can see why that's a roster that happened. And no offense to Kings of Terror, but you're not the Kings because you played against literally a bunch of pros from last season. So I could see why it was an easy 5-0. Let's see on the bottom here. You got Chris SJS. JS bangs. He's pretty good. I've seen him in the free for alls. He bangs people out. You know what I'm saying? Good shotgun player. Seen Crisis before, GBs. But this is the only roster that I see that's like stuck it out since, you know, hearing the poor news of like them not supporting the gear scene in Europe and South America. So here it is. You got Sarksta, Warrior Guns, BTJ, K-Breaker. This is a normal roster that was formed in the last EU Open online tournament. I think, and then the next round, 2-1 map count out of the best of 3. Notorious in them. Not surprised. Probably was a close matchup. I'm gonna assume that these two teams are gonna always go back and forth until we see some more competition. Maybe more of the French guys come back and just play that one day. They'll probably be like the 3rd best team. Let's move up in the top 4. Here you guys go. Never heard of these guys. Surprised they 2-0'd Strikers and Chris. Like I said, maybe they make some roster changes with this French team. Bring some guys back like Baghdad or, I don't know, Zorkos or something. But they probably moved on since there's no money. Then you got the finals, 2-0. Not a surprise. Notorious Crimson, Pains, Ashens, and Marsh are your first EGL Open Series champions. So that's about it there. And I wanted to show you guys as well with the South American region, EGL. Let's see here, EGL series open each week. So remember guys, if you want to sign up, you could sign up. It's free. And you can sign up every week on Sundays. EGL Open Seriously. Get involved. South America, all that good jazz. And for the South America, it was the I7 group and Hive that were in the finals. Hive lost to them. Um, what was it? Like 2-1 map count, I think. There's only one more day till our EGL. Maybe it's EGO South America. There we go. So here you guys go. You got the I7 group. You know, the homie Prodigies was on this team. They were like the champions, the best players anyways. So they earned themselves $400 and 750 points in their seeding. And then you got Hive. They earned $100 being second and 500 points. And here's the point system. How many points all these teams got. I don't know how many teams signed up in this, but yeah, probably more than less than Europe had 9, South America had 7, so that's unfortunate. And I'm going to show you guys the results of the Pro League qualifier. It's still going on. I think they're going to be playing the semis and finals today, later today if you want to watch that. And here, let's go on to the top 4. Vanquish and Elevate again, going back at it. And then you got Rebel and KCP. Like I said earlier, KCP had to step it up this week if they wanted to keep their positions. They are kind of in that top 4 with these other teams. If they beat Rebel, that's a huge win. They'll pass Rebel, I'm pretty sure, or like they'll be like similar areas. But yeah, KCP definitely needs to win these games. At least beat Rebel there, and then place top 4 if they want to qualify through these Pro League qualifiers. So I'm gonna go through this bracket with you guys. Let's look at Cracked. They still running that, PDHM plus Sleepy Time roster. You got Birdie, Perf. This is tactics that used to be on PDHM and Dazed. Beating their opponents this time who they're supposed to beat, and obviously Vanquish, they're just dominant, so no surprise there. And here's a new team that's been formed. You got former pro player Lanarchy that used to be on Noble. These guys, I guess you could say they're all like the dropouts. They got all dropped from that Noble roster. You got Lux Morale in Red 9. Then you got God Plays, one of the top, players, like most hyped up players in Gears 4 in Season 1. And now he's near the bottom, He's playing with some, other good talented players, but you'd expect him to like, you know, if he was like really good and kept on with that pace, like you expect maybe a God Plays take that UIU spot and fill it in by now, but I don't know what happened in his life or whatever, but maybe he'll have a bounce back with this roster. You got good players, and then you got, a good support player in Hive Hefe. He used to play with Hive, obviously. So watch out for that roster in that tournament for the other 3 spots. The LCQ, I think it's called. So they did lose to Pop 2, but I already know what happened. They were 4v5. They had issues. They didn't get to really play. So that's a roster you guys should watch out for. Parallax Gaming. Is that a real Parallax Gaming? Nah, that's just some like streamers or something. Let's look at these guys are pretty solid. I scrimmed against them. They smoked us, but I didn't have really a great roster. That's a young, good, you know, little team on the come up. I don't think they'll make the pro league though. And you got Toxic. They beat It's Time. Good pro players. They beat this team. It looks like It's Time picked up Toydez and dropped someone. Maybe PDHM ability or someone on this team. I think, oh, it's Jax. Jax moved up in the coaching role. So It's Time made a roster change and picked up Toydez. But they do lose to Speedy and Co., which is not surprised. Not a surprise at all. This is a team that we lost to. And wow, they gave a run for It's Time some money. Interesting. They 2-0 Morningstar. Not a surprise. Let's see here. The People's Champ. Surprisingly, whoa, this might be an upset. I don't know. It's probably not. This is respectable, you know. These two teams could definitely beat each other, but yeah, there's been some roster issues going on with Reliant, Rocky, Dissect, Solubles, and Mers. I think they recently picked up Exist on Mers' spot. Mers said he's done with Gears. He's not feeling great about it. Not motivated anymore. And you shouldn't be sleeping on this team, Hype eSports, because if you do, it's just like what they did, 2-0, the People's Champs. I think that's what just happened there. They were sleeping on them. They thought they were gonna win, and that's young players. That's what they do, I guess, right? So they don't look at the big picture. Sorry about that. Let's get back on with it. The closed. But Rebel, they take care of business. They beat them 2-0. And then in this bracket, let me see if there's any like upsets. Nothing really too crazy. This is a big matchup here. Pushies in them. They get 2-0'd by Apricides. Apricides, they picked up, I think they made a roster team because like there's Jax there. But they dropped Toydez for, I guess Jax. And they 2-0 that team, but then they get 2-0'd by Rebel, which is understandable. And then you got KCP looking like they had a free ride until they played PDHM. This is the roster that made some noise. It made a roster change. You have Boss, Legend, Servon, Over, and Crows. I'm not liking this whole like. I feel like they still need to bring in that duo of Crows. I forget what his gamer tag is, but maybe it is Legend. I'm not sure. I think it's someone else, but they should definitely put on this roster, and I think they would do really, really good. And I had a feeling that lines would split up. I think there's some players holding them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had fucking two players that won the 2v2 tournament, alright? Like, against the best of the best. Like, Powers and Icy and all them. So, these are some good pickups from PDHM. Noticing the talent. They lose to KCP though. Looks like what we got here is they upsetted Raiden in them. Toy Soldier is back again. Another PGL with Raiden Azuri's Osby and Cinemas. Wholesalers, this team has like a lot of points, so in theory PDHM has less points than wholesalers, and that's an upset, but not really. PDHM made some good roster changes, and maybe that's what they're gonna do next week, because you can only keep certain amount of, you can keep only like 3 people, so maybe they bring him on. And here at the bottom side of the bracket, we got Goosebumps and Carnage Gaming. Goosebumps literally upsetting Carnage Gaming. Carnage Gaming was on fire, doing very well last week. They placed like top 4. Now you got Goosebumps, who made them get upsetted. You got Flash Moves, Emissive, Sayas, Clutches, and then I think this is Maurice. I don't know why he changed gamer tag like that. It's kind of weird. But that's a pretty good win on them. Probably should stick it out, but the AMs, someone's snaking or something. Who knows? Then KCP, heard it was a close matchup, but they pulled through. They're veterans. They got the composure. Heard that the Flash, like I saw his tweets, and it was just poor drop placements. So it is what it is. They're a new team. KCP's been playing together like for the most part, except for Clouts. So no surprise there. But in this situation, I think Vanquish will beat Elevate, but it could be like a 2-1. And then on the bottom side here, I think Rebel will win. They'll beat KCP, but this is a must win for KCP to shut them down and like potentially go over that hump for their poor performance in round week 2. So if they win this, they'll definitely be head to head on that 3rd spot. But even Elevate as well, like this team's been like top 4 twice, and I think there's top 4, top 8, and like top 2 or something, like insane. So they've been consistent. Vanquish, we already know, like they pretty much qualified. Like they already in top 4. They've won the other 2 events, so pretty clear to me that they have qualified. And yeah, so here I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Went through some of the rosters, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Um, Sign up for the EU Open and South America. They're not going to give you guys money unless you sign up, so you guys got to do your part and help the scene and give your opinions and feedback. So that's all I could say. I hope you guys enjoy, and peace.